didn't get a before picture of what this closet looked like before I started, but here you can see I was filling in holes, and I put up plywood and then used some spackling to smooth it out just a little bit, just in case it was seen, because that's what I had on hand and I wanted to use stuff I had on hand. And here is a bookshelf that is going up where that plywood was. It was black when I bought it, and I have painted it. That was the first coat of primer that you saw there. I also went through and put in support brackets for the shelving and the desktop. And I did this throughout, and apparently I was talking there. But there is a window in this closet, which is a little odd, but I have worked around that and made it work with the window as is. It's not a perfect setup, but you have to work with what you have. I had these pieces of wood that I decided to use for the desktop that I salvaged from a old bookshelf. And it's not quite enough, but I had some other salvaged wood that I used as well, and they don't match perfectly, but I think it works pretty well for what it is. If you enjoy these types of videos, go ahead and subscribe to be notified when my next video comes out. I do have a project that is on standby. I'm going to be filming and working on that here very soon. I'm just waiting for some supplies to show up so that I can film it. Yeah, so if you want to be notified of my next video, go ahead and subscribe. I, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to paint the baseboards. I didn't need to, no one sees the baseboards, but I did it anyway. And I guess if I ever need to take this apart, they're done already. I don't have to worry about it then. But so I did the baseboards, then I have painted off the walls, and I am going to paint them, which I quickly realized I really should have painted before I put the brackets on, but I don't enjoy painting walls, so I managed to procrastinate it until I was at the point where it was a little bit more difficult to complete because I had to go around all the brackets. I had, when I started planning this, these big elaborate ideas of how I was going to paint it and make it just a statement piece. And then when it came time to do this, I decided that instead of making it a statement piece, I was just going to use the paint that I already had, which matches the rest of my apartment, and it would cost me nothing. So it's not like color choices were not a statement piece, but I still think it turned out really well. I'm not sure why I have so many of these little wire baskets, but I had a ton of them in storage, so I decided I'd use up some of them in this project. And here is the bookcase that I painted. Now we are moving on to cleaning up the desktop so that it can be stained and sealed. It had this nasty covering on it. Well, I think it was like wallpaper that was on it, so I actually had to sand it off. And here is what they look like. I thought the wood is in really good condition still. Once I finished sanding and staining this wood, I moved on to installing the shelving and the contents that I wanted to go in to this space. There is the bookcase. It is completely finished. I did have that chalk paint on hand from a previous project that I did. And here I am putting in the bottom shelving that is going underneath my desktop. And you will notice that there are holes on the edges of them. And those are for electrical cords. I am putting in a few things like my printer that does need to be plugged in. And this closet actually does not have an electrical outlet in it, so I will have to run an extension cord just to an outlet right outside of it. But here I am putting those in and making sure that they are placed correctly. I happen to already have the majority of the supplies I used for this project on hand, so that did keep my costs down for this project. So if you were considering doing something along the lines that I have in this video, please keep in mind that if you have to buy the supplies that I did not, it will affect your costs of your overall budget. As for my budget, the wood, the majority of the shelving, paint supplies, stain, wire baskets, and decor were all free. I did have to buy a little bit of shelving. I didn't have quite enough to finish the project, and that came to $20. I bought $20 worth of screws. The lace in the window was $2. The lamp was $3, and the bookcase that I hung up inside was $4. All of those came from a secondhand store at different times. And that brings the total of what I spent to $49. I hope you have enjoyed this transformation from unused closet to very much used Cloffice. Thanks for stopping. I'll catch you on the next one.